and myself, I'm really a dry alone, I think. But I'm grateful for everybody who came in for Ike and also for the people who came in for me. Every one of you represent a little tile in my mosaic of life. And I hope I don't get too emotional about it because it goes all the way back 55 years to my present time now. Well, first I have to make a disclaimer. I don't think I would have been able to write the speech that you're going to hear now. So I got help with somebody who knows my heart very well and my way of thinking. And after all, the president did it with William Safire, Pat Buchanan. I'm sure that our present president has also helped to write these speeches. Here we go. Gratitude. It is something I feel every day. The first prayer in Shahid is thanking God for our waking. I am thankful before you, living and enduring King, for you have mercifully restored my soul within me, and that all that should be open has remained open, and all that should be closed has remained closed. To have lived more than 92 years, I'm here to tell you the growing appreciation I have of waking up and having everything in good order. I don't know about that. There is no guarantee that any one of us will wake from sleep or maintain the function they had the day before. Before I ask for something, I'm thankful for what I already have. I believe gratitude can be learned, but first it has to be taught. One last thing my father was able to do for our family from his prison was to have a friend write a letter of recommendation from that prison for me to find much needed employment to support my mother and sister. This was the only way he could provide for his family, by proxy. I'm sure my father was grateful to his friend and had a full heart knowing he had a son who was capable of stepping up to the task. With every success, I was aware that my circumstances began with a letter from an inmate whose crime was being Jewish, just like my father, and my recommendation was inspired by my father. The man had nothing left to give, and at personal risk, they gave anyway. During the time of the war, when I was in Paris, and then occupied Paris, there were many opportunities to have things go terribly wrong. Why was I not arrested with my father? Why was I not detained when it seemed that I would be? These are gifts. By my survival, my family had a better chance of surviving. Although my mother passed long ago, my sister is gratefully alive and well in France to this day. Unfortunately, I had the flu and had fallen in January. When I later spoke with my sister, she informed me that she too had some misfortune. She had broken her hip and was now convalescing as I convalesced. The younger sister should be careful what they want to share with their older brothers. The good news is that I have recovered and my sister has recovered as well. I do not take this for granted and I am grateful. For my wife Janine, of blessed memory, when she was alive, it was very important to her to help others, and she did just that. She raised our family in our home. Outside our home, she gave of herself and truly lived her philosophy, which today is artfully displayed in my home and my children's home. And I quote, "A life without volunteering is not a life well lived." My children carry on the tradition of helping others and practice volunteerism in many, many ways. I have been part of the shul for 55 years and have served in many ways. And I'm grateful to have the honor of having served in leadership here. That service gave me forever title, past president. It's almost worth being president to have opportunity to become a past president, and I'm sure this is good news to Harry. Over the years, I have led, supported, and attended many events and projects here at Temple Judea. This is very important. Supporting projects as a vehicle for tzedakah and tikkun olam has helped my temple home to grow. Each part is important: to lead, to serve, to show up, and to support. Supporting this temple has given me the wonderful experience of being a personal part of the fabric and witnessing the growth of this shul, and the payback for this has been a highlight of gratitude in my life. I learned that if you want to be a part of something good, you start by becoming a part of something good. I've had the honor of serving as a volunteer at Northwell Hospital in Manhasset for 25 years. I have and continue to watch big projects develop. It is amazing how that system and that location has grown over the years. Show up, volunteer, give. It's that simple. I cracked the code. It is a very simple thing. Patients light up, and when they get a visit or a little picture frame on Mother's Day, the best way to feel joy is to bring in joy. If I provide leadership, I learn just how much and how well others can share of themselves or their resources. My heart becomes full when I see this, and I can only witness this if I am present. That is a gift to me. The order changes with need. Sometimes we are called to show up, sometimes lead, and sometimes give. The order changes, but each effort is very important. I have a family today that I love very much and loves me in return. If it was all I had, Diana, and I would be grateful. I have an Osho Hospital family that has enriched my life so much for giving me the opportunity to serve. If I was all I have, Diana. And of course, I have my Temple family who has been with me for the height of Simchot and the difficult times of loss. If that was all I have, Diana. Temple Judea has been there for my family, and I have been there for Temple Judea. As you honor me tonight, I believe you are honoring the principles and beliefs I try to live and represent. Although it is my honor tonight, I feel most people want to make their world a better place, and door by door, from strength to strength, we set the example and pass it on to those that follow. My father, Marcel, of blessed memory, who was taken from home and family when I was a boy, forced to labor, was later murdered, gave everything. I hope he's sitting in a comfortable seat as he watches his legacy, how the family he created continues on. All my families, my hospital family, my Temple family, and my friends and family have taught me so much. I have had the blessing of being friends in my family, and I have made family out of my friends. You taught me how to give of my time, thoughts, energy, and resources. The returns of these investments have been stunning. My heart is full. By your attendance this evening and having me as your honoree, you are making a statement of personal willingness to pause and acknowledge the success of our efforts, for which I'm grateful to have been part of the fabric of creating. However, I'm but a thread in the fabric. There will be no success if not for the other threads. There's more work to be done, more projects, more growing, more tzedakah, and tikkun olam. I've had a lifetime of stepping up when I wanted or when I was needed. It has been not always easy or convenient. Halacha shows us there's little meaning of love if you are not willing to do something inconvenient for those you love. I've learned gratitude from so many experiences as a teacher. I do my best to lead by example and teach. The rabbi has informed me that when I'm asked how I am doing, I usually respond, I'm grateful. This is true. And now my gratitude is under rabbinic supervision. Thank you all for coming.